What's up with y'all, man? It's a beautiful day. It's your boy Double Nine Fly. We checking in with some more fly shit. Um, this is really my first time doing this kind of thing, like having discussion to the camera, or to myself, whatever. I don't know, but I mean, people have been asking for this kind of content for a while, and I just figured why not? You know what I mean? I just really had to like think about like how I wanted to present it, and what I was gonna talk about, and just as of late, there's been a lot of big movements in my life. As you may or may not know, I make music. I'm a music producer, A&R associate, and I'm a creative consultant. So I'm working with a lot of different people, a lot of creatives, websites, music, logos, graphic design, blah blah blah. Right. So it was only really in the past month that I got my first actual placement for music, like for beats. Like getting. I mean, in our world, the placement is when you have a track with a big artist. Like that's. So yeah, I guess we'll talk about that. Getting a placement, right? Well, first and foremost, that shit's fly. I'm amped. Um, but as a producer, a lot of this stuff is nuanced. A lot of this stuff is like we know, right time, kind of thing. And I will say there are different types of producers out there. There are different types of strategies to getting yourself out there. You know what I mean? So this is just telling my story, but whatever works for you, whatever you know what I mean, whatever advantages you already have in your life, in your corner, you know what I mean, work to your strengths. Um, and I think I should preface this again by saying, um, I wasn't doing no pay to play shit. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't paying nobody to listen to my beats, or I wasn't doing the most spamming this artist with 50 emails of, you know what I mean? Like it just happened, kind of thing. I mean, I guess it's a unicorn situation, but it's a life process. You know what I mean? Just knowing people and keeping in contact with people and doing your work, and then sometimes you get lucky, right? So the artist name is Gio Dee, and if you can see that poster, that's actually the album cover. Yeah, so I caught a placement on God's new track, and I'll probably like I'll put the links and stuff in the description. But it's his album. I produced the first track on the album, the very first song, with a couple of my other producer homies. But basically, man, it just came out of nowhere. That that artist Gio Dee, he works with a particular studio. Those guys are in what, Norwood or Canton or some shit like that. And I'm cool with a bunch of the producers and engineers there. Those are good people, great people. Shout out D over D. LOL. Shout out DOD. Do over don't. Shout out those guys. Those are great people. Camera work, management, obviously studio time, beats, mixing, mastering. Fuck with those guys. Do over don't. They're great. Um, but yeah, long story short, so I was already cool with those guys. I make my loops, I make my little things, I send them out to my homies. I don't really think anything of it because, just in the spirit of getting work done. Like, you can't clock every single piece of thing that you put out in the world. You kind of have to let it do its thing and then it comes back to you, right? So that's exactly how this happened. I sent a couple of guys over there a pack of loops, probably like months prior. You know what I mean? I haven't heard from them since. I was like, whatever. And then one day, I don't want to give too much detail, but I'm out the way, right? I'm out. I'm out of town. I'm chilling. I get a text at like midnight. It's like, "Yo, you made the album." I'm like, "Huh?" Like, wait, like literally, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Mind you, like we're cool, we're friends, but like we don't talk. Like we don't like casual phone calls and link ups, face. We don't do that just because he's just super busy. But we're still really close. So he texts me that. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, the loop you sent me, I made a beat. I made a beat with it. I played the beat for Gio. He likes it. He's about to drop an album. That song's gonna be on the album. You're on it. Send me your info. Mind you, this is like at midnight, so I kind of like woke up from a nap type shit. I just checked my phone. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I sent him my full name, date of birth, email, my BMI number, um, and I mean, it kind of just took off from there for real. I mean, the artist was in the midst of. I mean, I know now because the guys told me after I linked up with him. But basically the album was supposed to have been come out probably by the time he texted me, but the artist, he was signing a management deal or a publishing deal or something. He was dealing with the label, so it got pushed back a month. And when they started to do the promo for the album and post the cover art, that's when guys started reaching out to me a little bit, shit like that. So um, the album's out now. Great album, great body of work. Shout out to Gio Dee. You know what I mean? Great, down to earth, amazing artist. You know what I mean? Like it's different when someone makes good music and you just see them on the internet, but then when you're able to like interact with them for real and really talk to them and check their temperature, like it's beautiful, bro. It's a life process, right? So just shout out to them for making this shit happen. I think this is very like I tell people all the time. I tell all my friends like I guess I got lucky, but it was really right place at right time. This is feeding my relationships, feeding my network. Still doing what I'm supposed to do. Um, putting out content, still trying to branch out and shit. So I mean, that's part of the work. You know what I mean? That's part of the process for some people. Not everyone has a studio. Not everyone has fucking internet all the time. Not everyone has a badass computer. Not everyone has a million friends. Not everyone has a pop in social media where they can see what you know what I mean. Like I know everything's different for everybody. It's all context and scenario and whatever. But use what you got to your advantage. Work to your strengths. Work to what you do have. Focus on that. You know what I mean. You could be in the middle of fucking Alaska. If you got a phone and you got internet, you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just super grateful for this opportunity, and I feel like since then there's been a couple more things that have like came from that. You know what I mean? Just the energy, keep going. Other guys reached out, and other people kind of saw that I was a part of that project. So I got a lot of love. I got a lot of love in the city for that. Um, Shout out to Boston. Shout out to the guys. But yeah, my first placement. Sometimes it still really doesn't feel real because I mean I've been working towards this point for a while, and when it finally does happen, sometimes it's just you don't really know how to feel. You don't know how to like accept it for the reality yet. But this is one of many, right? This is my first placement, but it's definitely not my last. And I just enjoy the process. I like what I do. I like making music. I like when people hear my music and they're like, "Whoa, this is hard. This is dope." Like, you know what I mean? Just simple shit. Um, so yeah, for anybody out there, I hope this was able to give a little bit of context of getting my first placement. Um, you know what I mean? Just keep your head down. Do the work. You know what I mean? Spend some time being creative, being innovative in how you deliver your product. You know what I mean? Again, work to your strengths. Be honest with yourself. Be like the first step is being honest with your situation, what you have, and what you're good at, and what you're not good at. Identify those things and see what makes sense. We use the internet every day. Study the examples that work. Who do you look up to? Who do you admire? Who's cool to you? Take notes from them. What do they do? I'm not saying steal their whole package, their whole thing, but take bits and pieces from a successful person and apply it to what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Study the world around us. You're gonna study the winners or you're gonna study the losers. Me, I study the winners, right? So that's really it. But shit, man. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Again, this is my first time for doing this kind of thing. So if you have any suggestions or feedback or topics for the next video or blah 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 blah, please just holler at me. Reach out to me. Leave a comment. DM me on Instagram. Whatever the fuck, I don't care. But this is just trying to give it back. Trying to give back. Spread that energy. Pay it forward. You know what I mean? Be some motivation to someone. You know, whether you know me, whether you don't know me, maybe you've heard of me or you follow me already. Whatever it is. I just want to be positive and pay it forward. Because Boston doesn't really have that yet. So I'm trying to be that guy. All right. It's Tuesday. It's 5:26 p.m. Let's be productive. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and let's make some fly shit happen. Yeah.